I guess I'm 30 now. I've had the idea to film this video a few days ago. Now, it's not going to be advice on how to live your 20s or what to expect from your 30s. It's just me sharing my human experience, a few reflections on my 20s, and a few things to look forward to my 30s. It's funny that a butterfly just passed by, because I'm currently reading The Alchemist. There's a part where it says, look for omens, and butterflies are good omens to look for. So I just started recording this and a butterfly passed by. Hello.
Hello.
I'm just filming a video.
See.
Man, I love this country. I'm currently in Albania, in a small city that's called Berat, that I actually fell in love with. I initially came here for a few reasons. One is because I wanted to run away from my current life. I wanted a place where I can reflect from afar, looking at things not so close that I can't see what they actually are, but from afar. And to run away from my current community. I love each and every one of them, but again, I just wanted this distance. And because I wanted to spend my birthday somewhere in Europe, and for the current time I'm not able to get a Schengen visa because I have a Syrian passport. So I've been lucky enough that Albania accepts UAE residents. If you don't know me, my name is Tuma. I grew up on the coast of Syria, where it wasn't directly affected by war, but I've seen all the side effects of it. I've lost many people growing up. I've had to say many goodbyes to really close people moving abroad. And 2 years ago, I moved to Dubai, where I'm currently living. All right, let's get to it. 20s. It is widely said that 20s are the best years of your life. For me, when I was a teenager, I've had this vision of how my 20s are gonna look like. All travel, happy friends, seeing so many things, experiencing so many things. I've had this very detailed expectation of how I want things to look like, feel like, where I was gonna be, who I'm gonna be hanging out with. And as for all expectations, I didn't get to do that. For the longest time, especially for the last 2 years, I was afraid to grow up because I was seeing the 30s closing in day by day, and I know that I haven't lived that vision that I had growing up. And what I've recently realized is expectations are the killers of joy. Because at the time where I was not appreciating the things that I have because of the expectations that were built into my head. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Younger me was heavily influenced by what he was seeing online, stories that I've heard from people, so many things that because of my background and because of my very unique story, I can't live. But at the same time, I was living so many good things that I didn't appreciate until I lost. Now, looking back at it, am I satisfied with how my 20s turned out to be? In one way or another, yes. It's not at all what I expected it to be, but it is something unique. It is something that built the person who I am today. I'm still far from the best version of myself, but I can proudly say I am on the way there. Realizing this, I don't think it's gonna change the way that I think in general. I don't think going forward, I'm not gonna have high expectations and try to follow those. I just hope that I'll be more flexible with the expected results. And this journey to Albania for the last 10 days and solo traveling around, meeting so many people, going on so many unexpected adventures have really taught me to trust the process and just keep moving, just keep going. If you're standing still, good opportunities won't find their way to you. But if you're moving, that's where the opportunity is. I remember a few months ago, I saw these stories on Instagram from an idol of mine, and I can proudly say a friend of mine, Thomas Bragg, from the YouTube channel Yes Theory, when he was turning 30. I remember that they felt super solid, and he has already established his presence on Earth. I remember he was saying that he's in the best shape of his life. And a part of me was hoping that when my birthday comes around, that I'll be able to post the same stories like, yes, I finally made it. I finally have this presence online that has been a dream of mine for a really, really long time. That I would also have lost weight and became in the good shape, because being overweight has always been my biggest insecurity in life growing up. I've always tried to rush things, especially with the date of my birthday getting ever closer. I tried quitting smoking, that I've already did, and I'm gonna make a full video about it, even though on this trip I'm actually smoking. Whoopsie. So seeing those stories have created this unrealistic vision of what this day is gonna look like, of how I would feel towards myself on this day. And of course, as I said before, those were unrealistic expectations that didn't came true. But on the other hand, I have so many things in my life that I'm really grateful for. It is this comparison mixed with expectations that were resulting in my unhappiness, if that makes any sense. Now, there are a few things to look forward to in my 30s. Yesterday, I asked ChatGPT to ask me a couple of questions to reflect on my 20s and things to look forward to my 30th. What am I truly afraid of about turning 30? I think in short, what I'm really afraid of is letting myself down. In my late 20s, I've lost this interest to prove myself to people. But the one person that I really wanted to prove myself to is myself. And when I'm not able to do that, it always backfires in the worst way possible. Whether it's on my goals or the person who I want to be or the things that I want to do, that's what I'm really afraid of. What expectations did I have for myself by this age and how do they compare to my reality? By this age, I expected myself to have a successful YouTube channel, to be running my own business. Now, I am running my own business. I am a freelance videographer in Dubai, and I've seen more success than I initially thought I would, which is great, and I really am grateful for that thing. But for my YouTube channel, I've been stuck in this analysis paralysis for a really long time. Even though a few months ago I posted a video after years of not posting anything, and it has proven to myself before the people that I kind of know how to play that game. I just need to do more of it. The second is to be in a better shape than I am today. You know, there's this version of ourselves in our heads that usually doesn't align with who we are in real life. And in my head, I've always been this active, fit person who knows what he's doing, who has like this really big personality and present in every situation that he's in. I'm halfway there. I love my personality. I love how I interact with people. I love the joy that I get from hanging out with interesting people. I am halfway there when it comes to personality, but for my body and again, the vision that I have of myself, of how I want to look like, of how I want to be, I'm still not there yet. That is a big expectation that I've had for myself that I haven't been able to achieve just yet. Yet is the key word here, yet. What moments from my 20s am I most grateful for? First, it's gonna be family and friends. I consider myself a workaholic person, super focused on doing more and being more than what my situation wants me to be. In my 20s and when I was both studying architecture and working at the same time, I've always had way more on my plate than anyone around me. Even though that might push away some people, but I've been super lucky to have super supportive family and friends. Not just supporting me from afar, like, way you can do it. No, they were really present and telling me how proud they are of me, how much they believe in my abilities. And the more I get to interact with people and meet new people, the more I realize how lucky I am to have grown up in a really loving family and to be surrounded by amazing and ambitious people. I've been asked this question before of what is one thing that you're grateful for? At the time, I had just moved to Dubai and it was recently after the earthquake that has happened to Syria. And my answer back then was, even though my life journey wasn't as easy as other 20-year-olds, whether it's conflicts, war, earthquake, people passing away, people moving away, for some reason and somehow I have this gratefulness within me towards my situation. Because I know every bad situation is making me a stronger person, is building a version of me that can never be built without these struggles. So what moments of my 20s am I most grateful for? The hardships, family and friends, and the unexpected opportunities that has happened because I kept on moving. Looking forward questions. What would my ideal 30s look like? The easier ones is I want to travel more. I want to see the world. Even though I still have the Syrian passport, it's still really hard for me to do so. But I'm learning that there must be a way. As I am here in Albania now, which I didn't see coming. I've also had the chance to go to Socotra, to Oman, to Lebanon. I want more of this. I want to travel more, to see those places more, and I'm not gonna let my passport dictate my reality. I know that I will find a way. Second is I wanna create more and consume less. I am the happiest when I create. For the last few years, I've been watching so much content online on how to become a better creator, how to tell better stories, how to stand out more on social media, how to build your personal brand, all of those things. Even on the productivity side, on how to be more productive, how to do more with your time, how to manage your finances better, how to everything. What I know is lacking is not information, it's just execution. For my 30s, I want to create more. There's this happiness that I have when I'm creating art, and I want to have more of it. Even for this video, I was supposed to be out of this town by now, but I'm staying and I'm making it happen, only not to let myself down. It's time for me to learn not to be a perfectionist. I'm gonna post this video no matter what. If I didn't like it, even if it's not as perfect as I have imagined it to be, because this perfectionism has stopped me pursuing way more things. As I've already said previously in this video, that moving usually creates more opportunities. So in real life, I am moving, but online and for my presence online, I've always been the biggest struggle that has stopped me from achieving who I'm supposed to be or who I want to be. The only way that I see for me to achieve this goal is to just keep on moving, to somehow build momentum in my uploads, in my presence, in the things that I want to say. Just keep on moving, you know? Not just do it, not do more, just keep on moving. Ooh, that's nice. That could be my thing online. Keep on moving. Speaking of which, the second point is become an active person. Not just move more, not just do more outdoor activities, but identify as an active person. Having a fit body isn't about going to the gym for a few months. It's about becoming a gym bro. I've heard from so many people that the longer that you go to the gym or the longer that you do physical activities, the more you fall in love with them. And I've never allowed myself to reach that point. I've always had a really big diet, started going to the gym for maximum 2 months and was expecting big results. Now, even though I have achieved a few of these results, but I've never switched my identity to become an active person. I know that there's way more happiness in physically moving more, so I want to chase that happiness. That was the second thing. Third thing is, funny enough, reading more or become a reader. Also, with the endless amount of content that I've seen online, so many people say that one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to read more. And recently I've picked up a book and I've tried to read it. It hasn't been the easiest. My attention span is severely affected, so I'm trying to build that more. Okay, sorry, but there's a bug right next to the camera. I'll show you. There it is. But look at this view. Look at where I'm filming this video. Talking about the attention span. Well, yeah, my attention span has been severely affected during the last years because I haven't been reading as much. I haven't been doing so many slow activities. It's always jumping from one project to another and always running. And I know how much that would add to my view of the world and to my knowledge and the amount of lives that you can live only by reading. So I want to do more of it. I believe that we are naturally drawn towards the things that make us happy, but we lack execution on chasing them. I've always liked books, I've always liked seeing big libraries, and whenever I go to a bookstore, I always have this urge to buy more, but I know that I'm not a reader. I know that there is something there for me that I've never actually given myself the chance to explore. I want to do more of that. And of course, having better relationships. I've previously said in this video, I love the people that I have surrounded myself with, and I've been super blessed with having them around me. I want to keep that amazing connection and to build more relationships like them. We are social humans. I'm definitely a social human that I have so much amount of love to be given and to be received as well. I definitely want more of that. And of course, there are the big things that I partially have control of, but not really, is like getting married and starting a family and whatnot, but that's too much to think about at the moment. For now, let's keep the the things that I have more control over. So yeah, this is a slow video. It's not a fast-paced, attention-grabbing video. It's just a human being reflecting on his life and dreaming of the future. And I think the key takeaway, now that I've reflected on my life out loud, is just keep moving. That's a message for myself. Freaking too much, just keep moving. Thank you, bye-bye.